Hey everyone, it's Fun Around, and my name is Jordan. This video will be for Thursday's 8-game slate. I guess I feel honored. Last time I pointed out the comments and said comment number 7 and got 359 comments as of right now versus 227 with the number 5. Like, I don't understand. You guys don't like number 1. That's 1 is the loneliest number. That's what someone commented. Also, it is opening day for baseball. I invited the Scoreboard Don't Lie, who is amazing at what he does and will help you make money, to join my channel to put his videos out there to help you make money. He's still going to be keeping his channel active. So he's going to be putting more content there, but his main like hit plays, matchups, all that stuff will be on here. And I will be doing the basketball stuff for NBA and WNBA, so I can just continue being the basketball guy while I have a baseball guy do baseball things. But I'm going to jump right into this slate. There are some games here where it's just an ugly matchup, and going to start off with the Mavericks at the Magic. We're probably going to see a little bit of Anthony Davis. The Mavericks are just outside the play-in game at the 11 seed. Like I've said before, they need to win games or else they're going to end up in the lottery and the Luka trade. Luka trade already looks awful, but still, if they get in the play-in game, they can say, hey, look, we made the playoffs. Kind of, if you count that as the playoffs. I don't. But the Magic right now are in the better play-in game. They'd like to get out of it. I doubt they're going to get out of it, but they don't want to fall into the worst play-in game in the East. And a guy who's been taking a lot of volume as of late is Franz Wagner. And he has a good matchup here against Mavericks. They give up the second most points to the small forward position and the 7th most rebounds. So over the past 2 games, he's taken 22 plus shots and he's scored 26 and 32 points. And then when it comes to rebounding, he's been rebounding very well. That's why I have that matchup there. So last 5 games, he had 8 rebounds, 5, 8, 8, 8. So 4 8-rebound games and then a 5 thrown in there. So the way he's playing aggressively, I like him in this matchup against the Mavericks, especially if Anthony Davis is there and possibly assigned to Paolo Banchero. Franz Wagner is going to have to step up. The second game is the Pacers at the Wizards, who will be on a back-to-back. I know that sounds awful. Both the teams are on a back-to-back. The Pacers are playing for a home court in the playoffs. The Wizards are trying to make their home court the home court for Cooper Flag. We could have random injuries throughout the day, especially for the Wizards. They could sit Jordan Poole. They could sit. They're not going to sit Alex Sarr. I'll have to see how he does on back-to-backs, but he did play great again. You'll have to keep an eye out for injuries for the Pacers. They could want to rest guys on a back-to-back. So this is one staying away from as of right now. If you guys could, please like the video, and if you could, please subscribe to the channel. And if you have a little bit of extra time, could you put the number 9? I didn't mean for that too. And also, if you want to get away from Prizepicks, you want to try out something new, for newer people, I would suggest Underdog or Sleeper. For people who already have that, for different apps with different types of features, I would recommend ChalkBoard, ParlayPlay, or BETR. Underdog's matching your first deposit up to $1,000. The rest are doing up to $100. BETR's matching your first bet up to $250. Links are in the description. Promo code is FINEAROUND11. Third game is the Spurs at the Cavaliers. Cavaliers are resting Evan Mobley. The Spurs, they just got blown out by the Pistons. This is another team that they're not necessarily tanking by sitting a bunch of guys. Stephon Castle could play great, but the Cavaliers are just playing their rotation out. They're not extending guys' minutes or anything like that. This could be another nasty blowout versus Spurs. They really struggle against big men. So, Jared Allen, like first quarter could look good for points. I believe his first quarter is normally at like 3.5, where he just needs like 2 dunks and he's good. But this is another one where you're just going to have to either maybe take an under on a team, for thinking about a blowout. And then getting into this next one, should be competitive here. The Hawks at the Heat. The Hawks are trying to stay in the better playing game. The Heat, their season is over. They did what they needed to do. They beat Jimmy Butler pretty badly. They don't need to play for anything else. But they just happen to be in the other playing game, the bad playing game. And when I say that, that means you have to win that one, and then you have to beat the loser of the good playing game just to get into the 8th seed, just to lose to the Cavaliers. But matchup that I do like is Andrew Wiggins versus the Hawks. They give up the 5th most points to the small forward position. I was looking at Bam Adebayo, also known as Band Adebayo to a lot of people, because the Hawks do give up the most points to the power forward position where he's at right now. But I went and I checked how he did last time he played them, and he didn't do that great. Andrew Wiggins didn't have a great game against the Warriors. Maybe he's very sensitive, and it just really just hurt his feelings to play against his old teammates, and he struggled. But before that, he dropped 42 points and 30 points, and he was on fire. So looking for a bounce back here in a fast-paced matchup. Get Andrew Wiggins some easy buckets. Did play against the Hawks in a back-to-back, not days, but a back-to-back games. One of them was a blowout. He had 15 points in 29 minutes. And then the other one, it was a closer game. He scored 23 points. So when I looked at both of those games, he was the more consistent player in both of those games. So like Andrew Wiggins. This next one, it's another ugly one, man. And it shouldn't be. The Grizzlies at the Thunder. No Ja Morant. Triple J got hurt last game. Got hit in the face, I believe. And then the Thunder, they could be sitting guys just to try to get to the playoffs healthy. This could get ugly fast. The Grizzlies play really fast. There's good matchups across the board for Thunder players. I know Shea plays the entire first quarter. You could look at first quarter props for him. This is another game where there's just so many injuries already out there and so many to be determined. 6th game is the Lakers, who are on a back-to-back versus the Bulls. LeBron could sit the back-to-back. We don't know if they're going to sit Luka. We don't know if they're going to sit Austin Reeves. Any of those guys, if they do play, they're going to have a great matchup against a soft, fast-paced Bulls defense. But a guy I have to point out here for the Bulls, first of all, Josh Giddey is questionable and Nikola Vucevic is questionable. But a guy I have to point out is Kobe White. He has been like scorching hot. But he has had 20-plus points in 13 straight games. In his last 3 games, he had 37, 36, and 35. In that 36 game was versus the Lakers. His matchup is kind of like average, middle of the road for his position, but he showed he can do it versus the Lakers, and this is a Lakers team that is going to be on a back-to-back this time around. Really like Kobe White in this spot at home. 7th game is the Rockets at the Jazz. I know that sounds really fun. The Rockets are playing for the 2 seed. The Jazz are playing like the number 2. Be careful. This matchup is great. Jalen Green, once again. The Jazz give up the 2nd most points to the shooting guard position, 3rd most rebounds, most assists overall. Amen Thompson is questionable for this one. He was literally rolled out like a minute before tip-off last game. And Jalen Green not only went off with points, he had a good points matchup anyway. He had 32 points, but he got 11 rebounds with Amen Thompson out and 4 assists. So if Amen Thompson ends up being out, you could look at adding his rebounds or just take a look at his rebounds alone. Last time he played the Jazz, he had 25 points, 3 rebounds, 10 assists. I noticed he played all 12 minutes in the first quarter last game. You could look at first quarter props for Jalen Green, especially scoring. He always comes out aggressive. And this last game is going to be the Trailblazers at the Kings. I've mentioned before, Trailblazers are in the lottery, but they are a tough team lately. Like, they are not trying to sit guys. I know like guys like Jeremy Grant has been in and out sitting. DeAndre Ayton's been out for the longest time, but they're not intentionally sitting guys to lose games. They are playing hard, and it is showing. And a lot of it has to do with the guy I'm going to mention, or you already probably know who that is, but the Kings, Malik Monk is still questionable with an illness. He sat out the past couple of games. I believe when he is out, there's more facilitating duties to go around. So that goes to Sabonis and DeRozan. They have been great passing the ball. The guy I have to point out is Denny Avdia. I had to check. Does he have a good matchup for points? Does he have a good match for rebounds? Assists. So they give up the 13th most points to the small forward position. So middle of the league. But for the power forward position where he goes in and out at, they give up the most points to. The way he's been playing, I think this is a solid matchup for him. When it comes to scoring, they're actually pretty tough when it comes to rebounds. You'll just have to check to see where his line is at compared to his history. But he's been rebounding very well. Getting doubles, and then they give up the 10th most assists. He's been passing the ball well too. He's been like the heart and soul of this Trailblazers team and getting a ton of minutes, ton of volume, all that stuff. And then as far as the Kings go, I'd like to see Malik Monk's status. If he's out, I'd probably look at something like Domantas Sabonis assist, or even DeMar DeRozan rebounds assist. So if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. You can hop on in there, talk about lines about baseball, basketball, football. I don't know why you'd be talking about football, but it's there for you, and that is free. As far as a recap goes, I had the Clippers spread. That hit. I had Karl-Anthony Towns points, rebounds. I had him on the under because he's playing a back-to-back against the Clippers, and he went absolutely crazy, like off. So it's just like every time I pick an under, they just go crazy. So I'm going to look for like solid overs because it happens every single time. And then I had Jamal Murray for rebounds because Jokic was doubtful. They said doubtful, he was not going to play, and then he became questionable, and then he became probable, then game time decision, and then he played. And that game is still going on, so I needed 4 rebounds from him. I saw he had 2 at halftime. The whole read was that he pretty much like 89% of the time hit that line with Jokic out. So with him back, I don't like it as much. So we'll see if that hits. But going to get this edited and get it out to you. Hope you all do well. My final plays will be in the pinned comment as always. And I'm going to take my time, finding some lines. So God bless you all. It's fun around. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.